How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 19th of May 2021. The voice of reason. I'm going to do the analysis right at the beginning. Let's just get it out of the way for everybody that's panicking. And then I'll just have a bit of a chat about some things which will hopefully calm everybody down. So with Bitcoin, obviously, we discussed, and I'll just say now very quickly, I've got absolutely no interest in the news. I don't care, all right, at all, period. Yeah, I know many people like to read the news. That's great. I know many people find value in that. That's great as well. I'm not here to say it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It's nothing to do with me. All I'm saying is I personally do not look at the news. The only reason that I know anything about this whole China thing today is because I saw it posted in the Discord chat. That's it. And the first thing that I thought of was China owns most of the Bitcoin in the world anyway, so what difference does it make? It's all bullshit, guys. Trust me, it's all bullshit. The market is so heavily manipulated, it's insane. But as I said in the chat today, you cannot hide liquidity. Yeah, you just simply can't. If you could, then I wouldn't be able to do what I do as accurately as I do, as consistently as I do, month in, month out, year in, year out. I just wouldn't be able to do it. And again, it's all in video format. I can't lie about the things that I say. I can't go back. I get frustrated because I really want people to see, not that there's no value in what they're doing or that there's only value in what I'm doing, but to separate everything and just look at it from an objective point of view. Liquidity has nothing to do with me. I'm just good at reading the chart. That's all. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that I'm special in any way or that I found some secret. It's nothing to do with that. I'm just able to read the markets very, very well. That's all. But I really want to emphasize the liquidity thing. It's a separate thing. It's got nothing to do with anything, whether it's the news, big money, small money, retail investors, institutional investors. Got nothing to do with any of that stuff. It's just liquidity, guys. It's the way the market is, period. That's it. Okay. So I was discussing these levels down here. Let's go over to the weekly. And I was saying, if we clear this, then we're going to end up coming down here. And I made a reference of this massive range. And you can see what's happened today, man. Bitcoin has literally just ran straight through that entire range. Which is phenomenal, actually. And to be fair, I did see the speed up coming. I managed to grab some at 38 and 32, yeah? And then that was it. I'm doing nothing with this now. I'm just going to literally leave it, let it do its thing. Got no interest in it. Because right now, with such an aggressive drop today, there is a little bit of liquidity left on the downside. But the next point after that, you're talking 20,000. I mean, obviously, look, with what's happened today, it's very possible that Bitcoin has the capacity to go down to 20,000. It doesn't mean it will, though. But we've had a nice drop, pretty decent correction so far. And to be honest, anybody that was able to capitalize on this, fair play to you, man. It was a massive, massive opportunity to get into the daddy of them all, basically, Bitcoin. Yeah. Going forward, there's not much I can say, in terms of the analysis. I need to wait for this to settle now before we start to discuss liquidity and how that's dealt off on the way back up. Right now, you were going to have to go down to the 15-minute chart, and start to break down 15-minute and 5-minute and 1-minute, liquidity pools. I'm not going to do that now. Obviously, I'll do that in my own time, but, to get a feel for everything that's happening. Just as a quick scan of this now, I can tell you there is a massive liquidity pool at 46. Yeah. So if we clear 41, stabilize, get to around about 42 to 43,000, stabilize. The key levels, and this is a 15-minute chart, okay, so don't put too much weight on it, but I'm saying in terms of confirmation that we are going to start to grind back up and that this is going to correct nicely, okay, is here. Okay, and then there's a massive liquidity pool here. Okay, and then we have a minor liquidity pool here. All right, so these are the three levels of interest. These are the stair steps, back to some normality in terms of Bitcoin's price, price behavior and delivery of price. All right, so these are the things we need to be paying attention to. I rarely go down to lower time frames in my analysis videos because some of the stuff that I do is so beyond, the norm in terms of what you have to do, I would probably drive all of you crazy, to be fair. But this is effectively a simplified version of what we're looking for on the way back up. It's simple, it's really direct, it's very simple to understand. We need to get back above 41, there'll be a burst between 41 and 42, then we need to stabilize, then we need to get to 44,000, again there'll be a slight burst, and then effectively, you know, once we get back above 44,000 and hold, we're gunning for this, and it will rip. And when I say rip, I just mean it's gonna rip into that liquidity pool, and then we stabilize. And just forward thinking a little bit, I'm thinking probably at some point summer to fall, between the summer and fall, I would imagine we're probably going to be back towards 47, 48,000. That's a really nice sweet spot if we can get back there, yeah? But for now, you know, Bitcoin's corrected pretty well. And, you know, obviously called all of this before it happened. I really hope people were able to take advantage of this. And I do feel bad, obviously, if anybody's in this right up here. But again, if you hold him for 10 years, trust me, it's not going to matter. So let's go over to Swissborg, all right? Not something that we want to be seeing today, right? But as I mentioned so many times, you know, in my previous videos, if, you know, I did say that all of the liquidity here is gone now, yeah? So once this is finished, if it starts to gain some legs to the downside, it's going straight for, you know, straight for 45 to 55, yeah? Again, guys, I can't go back and change this. I can't go back and lie about this. You know, I said it. It was obvious. It's in your face in terms of the videos that I'm doing. And I want to make it really clear. The reason I'm talking this way today is because I'm talking directly to the people that DM me and give me shit on DM, yeah? Not that it bothers me because it's irrelevant. I know it's all emotional. And obviously, well, it's all emotionally driven, yeah? Some of the emails I get are just laughable, you know? I'm apparently to blame, you know, for everybody's stupidity. But when I say everybody, I know it's a very small group of people, but it is what it is. But I can't go back and change any of this analysis that I do. I said it clearly. The problem is, and this is where people start to get really arsey with me, is they're like, yeah, but you never said what to do. Yeah, you never told us it was going there today, right now, when I'm looking at my app and I'm losing money. And it's like, well, I'm not here as a signal service. That's not my job. My job is to guide you through the markets as best I can, to give you the tools to be able to put that together with your own analysis and your own trading plans and investment plans, you know, and to evolve as a trader. You know, it's not my place to tell you what to do with your money. Yeah. So Swissborg has just tanked. It's gone straight through this liquidity pool, cleaned it out completely, and look at the reaction away from that. Down here, because I was obviously reading the chat, everybody's losing their shit. Yeah. I told you earlier in the chat, and I was speaking to Ben about this earlier, the chat was going so fast, a lot of the stuff that I said just got lost in translation, just disappeared, right? But I was saying that when I woke up this morning, I had 47 messages on my phone. And I'm going to have to go through those later. I haven't even bothered looking at them because I know what they're all about. Bitcoin, I'm losing money, the world's ended, da-da-da-da-da, like the usual. But when you go through this experience, you know, and you see Swissborg like this, I was watching the chat while price was down here, and there was a few occasions. There was a nice humbug to it, you know, a nice hum of kind of worried. You know, I'll say it to you like this. You know, people who have that, you know, who laugh when shit goes wrong because it's a defense mechanism. It was like that. There was a nice little hum in the room. You know, a lot of discussions, but there were some people that were getting a little bit testy, you know, and I think it's important to just, you know, to just make a point here. Nobody in that room, including myself, okay, is responsible for anybody else's trading decisions or investment decisions. This is your money, yeah? This is your money. You need to decide, and I'm speaking to everybody. You need to decide what it is that you're doing. Whether it's with Swissborg, whether it's with Trust, whether it's with Bitcoin, Ether, it makes no difference. You need to decide what you're doing with your investments, yeah? And not to take all of that emotion that you're feeling on a day like today and offload that on everybody else in the community, right? It's disgusting, you know? And although I understand it, absolutely, I've been through it myself, it's unnecessary, yeah? It's unnecessary. I know that people down here, and this is the problem with psychology and the way that people think, right? Down here when Swissborg was at 41, you know, people were getting a little bit nasty. Yeah. Now that it's back up at 88, there's that relief, and it's like, well, you've just forgot that you were being an arsehole in the chat. Yeah. Well, you need to keep things on an even keel, right? I was looking to buy down here, and I missed it. Yeah. Shit happens. So what? You know, I know why I'm in Swissborg. How many times do I have to say it? This is a long term hold for me. Yeah. And to be honest, if Swissborg goes the way that I believe it's going to go, I probably won't ever sell my CHSB, because it's going to be a token that I can use to create even more wealth through the utility that it brings. Yeah. Not, well, you know, it's gone down there now, I'm going to start to cry, or I'm going to start to feel panicky. The reason people are like that is because they are so invested, yeah, in the money and not invested in the plan. When you're invested in the money, you're gonna give yourself a nightmare of a time throughout this entire process. Yeah, I know there's people here that just want to make money, fine, but there are people, the majority of people, that are in this because it's a long-term investment. You know, and this is just another perfect example. Yeah, and even if this drops all the way back down here again, it doesn't matter. This is a perfect example of what being an investor is. And when you experience a cycle like this and you go through this painstaking, gut-wrenching, oh my God, I've woke up and half of my portfolio has just disappeared, yeah, you start to realize, wait a minute, you know, if you use it as a learning tool, am I really that concerned? I don't know, let's see. And you start to break it down. You know, is this an opportunity for me to grow as an investor? Is this an opportunity for me to maybe buy some more? Is this an opportunity for me to, you know, think about other things in the way that I am with my investments, or with, you know, with my trading? Instead of, I hate everybody right now, I'm losing money, I don't want to lose money, I don't want to accept responsibility because I'm the one that made the trading and investing decision to buy in the first place, so I'm just going to offload on everybody else. Yeah, this, you know, anybody that does that, you need to take a step back. All right, I've done it in the past, and somebody called me out on it physically. Yeah, it wasn't through chat like I'm doing now or through a video. It was physical in a trading room. Yeah, and it ended pretty badly. So I understand it. Trust me, I understand it. In the end, though, all of this is going to be a distant memory. As time goes by and things settle, and then a new bunch of shit comes out, in another year's time, there'll just be another range. I said this to my brother today. Everybody that's chatting now and going and talking about today will forget today. In a year's time, we'll use Swissborg as an example. Maybe it's between $2 and $3. Yeah, let's say it's between a range of 220 and 250. Yeah, so that's the new range it's in. A year's gone by. This is just a distant memory. And then the monkeys start talking again and yapping and going crazy because something else happens. There's always going to be something in the market, but your investment plan shouldn't change. It should be solid. You should know exactly what you're doing. Excuse me. You should know exactly what you're doing, why you're in the markets, and not go crazy. You know, because once you've got a plan and you execute it, it keeps you calm, keeps you on an even keel, and look for every opportunity to learn from these things. Yeah, every day there's a new learning opportunity. You know, for us to evolve as investors, you know, and obviously evolve as a community as well. So there's not much, again, same analysis with Swissborg. There's not much to discuss in terms of what could potentially be happening next. Personally, I think it's just going to stabilize, keep grinding higher, end up back where we started yesterday, you know, and then just carry on its merry way. You know, I think Swissborg is doing really well considering. And I know it's already been confirmed, but I'm going to confirm it again, just to be absolutely clear. I don't believe the PMB was triggered today. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. No, and it's at 1.5 million. I mean, guys, think about this, right? Price came all the way down here today, yeah? And then exploded back up, pretty much retraced 2/3 of the move today, yeah? In the amount of time that took. And the PMB wasn't even triggered. And there's 1.5 million in the protect and burn now. Yeah, that's phenomenal. Do you have any idea how insane that is? That's amazing, absolutely amazing. But when price is down here and all you can see is a big red candle and you just focused on the profit or the loss in your wealth app, your whole world is falling around. You know, you just can't see straight. You need to be able to take a step back and say, right, just calm down. Let me just think rationally. Why am I in this? Oh yeah, I'm holding for the next 10 years, so this is bullshit. Doesn't matter. Next, moving on. Yeah. So I'm not going to apologize about today's video, you know, and if I've pissed anybody off, I really don't care, to be honest, because I know there's a few people in the chat today, you know, that said some pretty stupid shit, and I don't like that. That really annoys me, and it's unnecessary. So my apologies for swearing. I will say that because I don't really like swearing that much. So that's it, guys, really. Obviously, we've got the Smart Talk tomorrow. We're going to be going through a lot of stuff tomorrow. If you can make it, guys, and you really want to ask some questions, or you're listening to this video and thinking, yeah, but what about this? And yeah, but what about that? Tomorrow's your opportunity to talk to me, yeah? And to talk to Ben and some of the other guys in, you know, in the Smart Talk. You know, that's your best chance. Come into the Smart Talk. It's at 6:30 GMT, okay? And you can talk to us direct. You know, we'll go through the things we're going to be going through tomorrow, you know, and then you can ask me whatever you want, and I'll answer you. If you put me on the spot, you know, it's fine, absolutely fine. You want to call me an arsehole, call me an arsehole. You want to say something to me, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just, that's your opportunity to air your concerns, you know, and we will do our best to, you know, to give you the answers that we believe are going to help you. You know, I have a lot of experience in the marketplace, which I've shown throughout the last however many, you know, weeks or months I've been around on Discord, you know, doing these videos for Swissborg. Just trust me, you know, it's the best opportunity for you to be able to discuss and talk, share your ideas, share your concerns, your fears, your emotions, your psychology, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're all in this together. Yeah. So going forward, like I said, I think we're just gonna have a nice little grind up. Everything will be fine. Bitcoin, you know, like I said, I managed to, you know, of the two, I managed to grab some Bitcoin. CHSB, we didn't. You know, my brother was trying to jump in. I don't know. I'll have to check with him. I don't know if he managed to grab any. If he did, it would be about 70, between 70 and 72, I think, was the price when he was looking at it. So around here, if he managed to get it, I don't know though. I don't know. We'll have to check. But either way, like I said, you know, phenomenal opportunity today for so many reasons, guys, to learn, to grow, to evolve as investors, to maybe buy more CHSB if you haven't, you know, if you don't have the money for it. Trust me, it doesn't matter. As this continues to find its new ranges and grind and grow, there will be other opportunities. Right now, we're just looking at price the way it is now. But when the next range forms, all of this is just going to end up being 1 month candle, like 1 month or 1 yearly candle. Remember that, yeah? Really think about what I've just said. All of this mess will eventually be 1 yearly candle, yeah, or maybe a fraction of a yearly candle. This is nothing. It's just a blip, yeah, in the overall, let's say, next 30 years of Swissborg, you know. So just relax. Don't worry. I know it's painful going through all of this. Trust me, I know. But keep it on an even keel and just try to learn, try to chill. Go through the emotions if you have to. Get frustrated if you have to. Try not to vent on other people because it's just unfair and it's not nice. And then, you know, just grind through it. Use it as a learning experience. And psychologically, it's one of the best things that could ever happen to you as an investor or a trader, this. Yeah, trust me, it's so good. Which I'll remind you guys of in about 6 months. So that's that for today's video. Pointless really going into anything else, guys. I will just for you know, just in case anybody's watching or anybody trades euro. I went through this briefly. You can see, you know, nice. I believe we're going to end up at 125. I know it's a bit unorthodox putting euro in at the end of the video, but somebody sent me an email this morning about this. So yeah, this is where I believe it's going. Nice steady. This is a long-term play. Not trade advice, but this is just a long-term study. Yeah, we'll call it a study. So that's the video for today. I'll leave CHSB like that on the weekly. Look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful weekly chart. Okay, take care, guys, and I will speak to you soon.